What is up, everybody? I wanted to come to you guys tonight with my SmackDown Live review, so let's get right into it. To kick off SmackDown Live, we had The Miz and John Morrison kick off SmackDown Live tonight. They showed some kind of producing movie that they were going to be starring in, some kind of feature film, whatever. They set up a film on the Titantron tonight on SmackDown Live to start off SmackDown Live. They showed Kofi Kingston, John Morrison, The Miz, and they showed a feature film, and they talked about how they showed the past of John Morrison and The Miz, and then they talked about and it showed how The Miz and John Morrison were going to beat Biggie and Kofi Kingston at Saudi Arabia for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And then the New Day come out. They start mocking John Morrison and The Miz. They talked about how John Morrison and The Miz, are just good, how they're just playing off each other. And, so the New Day come out, they started mocking John Morrison and The Miz. And then we had Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode come out. They didn't say anything. And then John Morrison and The Miz take out the New Day. So that's pretty much how that went tonight on SmackDown Live. Miz and Morrison talked about how they were going to beat the New Day at Saudi Arabia for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships on February 27th in Saudi. And then John Morrison and The Miz take out the New Day. The New Day John Morrison and The Miz show a short film on the Titantron to start off SmackDown Live, and it featured Kofi Kingston, The Miz, John Morrison, and it goes over the past of John Morrison and The Miz. And then the New Day comes out mocking John Morrison and The Miz. And then John Morrison and The Miz ended up taking out the New Day. So that's how that segment pretty much started tonight on SmackDown Live. And then the first match of the night was the Usos versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode in a tag team match. This was a pretty decent to okay tag team match between the Usos and Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode in the first match tonight on SmackDown Live. This was pretty decent tag team match. I couldn't really get into it because we've already saw this match already. We saw this match like 3 or 4 times now. I just don't really care. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Usos, and I used to be a fan of Bobby Roode back when he was with Beer Money, and I used to be a kind of a Ziggler fan, but I'm not really a Ziggler and Bobby Roode fan anymore. But this was a pretty decent to okay tag team match in the first match of the night between the Usos and Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. This was a pretty decent to okay tag team match. It was very quick. It was decent for what it was. I did enjoy it. It wasn't that good of a match. It was okay to decent. And the Usos ended up picking up the win over Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode tonight on SmackDown Live. This was a decent to okay tag team match. It wasn't the best match I've seen between these two teams. It was decent to okay. And the Usos ended up picking up the win over Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode tonight in the first match of SmackDown Live in a decent to okay tag team match. Could this match been get going longer? Yeah. I wish this match could have gone longer because I think these two teams are capable of giving us a way better match than what they're giving us already. But this match was kind of cut short. It wasn't that long of a match, and the Usos ended up picking up the win over Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode tonight on SmackDown Live in a pretty decent to okay tag team match. So there you go. And then we had a we had We had a King Corbin attacking a guy in the camera truck. King Corbin attacks the guy in the camera truck. And then we have a backstage segment with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. It wasn't all that great. It was okay. And then we had Elias versus Cesaro. Elias goes over on Cesaro in a pretty quick match. It wasn't but like a 30-second match. It wasn't that good. It was mediocre at best. These two guys they don't gel well inside the ring together. Elias ended up picking up the win over Cesaro tonight on SmackDown Live in a pretty short match in pretty short fashion. So there you go. And then we have Braun Strowman getting attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura and the Revival. Braun Strowman talks about how he's never won a singles championship match in WWE, and now he's proud of, and now that he has won a singles championship match in WWE, he's proud of himself. Braun Strowman held up the Intercontinental Championship, and then out comes Shinsuke Nakamura. The Revival ended up jumping Braun Strowman. Shinsuke Nakamura hits the Kinshasa on Braun Strowman, so that's pretty much how that went tonight on SmackDown Live. So, Braun, you made your Intercontinental Champion look weak by getting taken out by the Revival and Shinsuke Nakamura tonight on SmackDown Live. So, and then we had Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. Don't care. Sheamus ends up picking up the win over Apollo Crews. Do you care? I know you don't, so I'm not gonna go into it. Sheamus beats Apollo Crews. There you go. Then we had when the Shorty G comes out to make the save of Apollo Crews, he gets taken out by Sheamus. So Sheamus takes out Apollo Crews and Shorty G with a bro kick. There you go. And then we had a fatal 4-way women's elimination match in the main event of SmackDown Live. And then we had Roman Reigns take out King Corbin tonight on SmackDown Live. Roman Reigns takes out King Corbin tonight on SmackDown Live. And King Corbin and Roman Reigns will go one-on-one in Saudi in a steel cage match. There you go. And then we had an interview with The Fiend and we had an interview with Bray Wyatt and Bill Goldberg. And Bill Goldberg said he's challenging The Fiend at Saudi for the Universal Championship. So it looks like it's going to be The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Bill Goldberg at Saudi for the Universal Championship. So there you go. Goldberg and Bray Wyatt do an interview. Goldberg challenges The Fiend, Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia. There you go. And then we had the Fatal 4-Way Women's Champion Number 1 Contenders match. This was a really sloppy match with the women tonight on SmackDown Live. Really sloppy main event with the women of SmackDown Live tonight. Wasn't that great. It was Naomi versus Dana versus Alexa versus Carmella in a Fatal 4-Way for the Number 1 Contender for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship to see who will face Bayley at Saudi for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And Carmella ends up picking up the win over Naomi, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss. And Carmella will face Bayley in Saudi for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. So there you go. Do I think Carmella is beating Bayley? Maybe. I mean, I could see them putting the strap back on Carmella. I could see that. So there you go. And The Miz and Morrison are challenging the New Day at Saudi for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And Goldberg is challenging The Fiend at Saudi Arabia for the Universal Championship. So I'm gonna go 1 out of 10 for SmackDown Live tonight. It was nothing. It was nothing. You really, I mean, and it was nothing. It was really not that good of a show. It was kind of lackluster to me. It really did nothing for me. There's only three. The only thing they're building toward their Saudi show, and for SmackDown Live, they're building toward their Saudi Arabia show. And Goldberg faced the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. Carmella will face Bayley SmackDown Live Women's Championship in Saudi. Um, and the Miz and John Morrison will face the New Day and Saudi Arabia for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And Roman Reigns will face King Corbin in a steel cage match in Saudi Arabia. So there you go. Those are SmackDown Live built towards Saudi tonight. Those are the matches you're getting in Saudi. So there you go. I'm going 1 out of 10 for SmackDown Live tonight. This show did nothing for me. It was lackluster. This show really did nothing for me tonight. They were building toward the Saudi Arabia show in Saudi. So there you go. Like I said, this show was very lackluster. They're building toward the 3 matches on the SmackDown side. Goldberg is challenging The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia. The Miz and Morrison are challenging the New Day for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships in Saudi. Carmella is challenging Bayley in Saudi for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And King Corbin is facing Roman Reigns in a steel cage match in Saudi Arabia. So there you go. Like I said, tonight SmackDown Live was really lackluster. You didn't really miss much. Tonight's show wasn't that great. It was a 1 out of 10 for me. So if you guys like this SmackDown Live review, hit that thumbs up. And guys, tell me what you guys thought about SmackDown Live tonight. What did you guys enjoy about SmackDown Live tonight? What matches did you guys enjoy on SmackDown Live tonight? Let me know down below. And thank you guys for watching this SmackDown Live review. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for all your love and support. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys like my YouTube channel, hit that red word that says subscribe. Turn on the bell for notification. I really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, I would love for you guys to join my channel. I would really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all your guys' love and support. Thank you guys for watching this SmackDown Live review. So if you guys enjoyed my SmackDown Live review, hit that thumbs up. And I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great Friday night. Hope you guys have a great night. Much love to each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. And guys, remember to share this video. And thank you guys for watching my SmackDown Live review. I really do appreciate it. So I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Much love. You guys take care. Peace.